Toyota is rapidly shifting toward a hybrid-focused lineup, and many buyers aren't sure how to feel about it. In 2026 and beyond, more Toyota models are dropping gasoline-only versions, raising a common question. Is Toyota making a mistake by going all hybrid? This concern comes up often. Many people say, "I don't want a hybrid," or wonder why Toyota seems to be pushing hybrids across its lineup. What's really happening is a steady transition. Some of Toyota's most popular and most trusted models are already hybrid-only, and more gasoline options are quietly being phased out. With nearly every Toyota now offering a hybrid variant, it's clear where the brand is headed. In 2026, hybrids have quietly become more reliable than non-hybrids, which surprises a lot of people. Most non-hybrid Toyotas now use an 8-speed automatic transmission paired with a 2.4-liter turbo engine, a combination that's expensive, complex, and increasingly prone to issues. Turbo engines, while powerful, are often disliked for long-term durability, and 8-speed transmissions have become a weak point. Toyota's hybrids tell a different story. Most regular hybrids, excluding single-motor or performance-oriented hybrid max models, use naturally aspirated engines, like the reliable E25A, and avoid turbos entirely. Their hybrid systems have been refined over the years, so major design flaws are rare. Occasional recalls or minor issues happen, but the core system has stayed consistent. By improving a proven design rather than constantly reinventing it, Toyota has made hybrids dependable and durable. To understand why Toyota is so confident in hybrids, you have to look at the system itself. Many buyers worry that hybrids are complicated, expensive, and hard to maintain, especially as hybrids become the only option for new Toyotas. One of the biggest concerns is the transmission. Most Toyota hybrids use an eCVT, and it's not the same CVT people associate with reliability horror stories. While it operates with continuously variable ratios, the design is completely different. An eCVT uses 2 electric motors and a planetary gear set, and that's basically it. In real-world use, these transmissions have proven extremely durable. Compared to 8-speed automatics, failures are rare. Over years of working on Toyotas, actual eCVT replacements are uncommon and usually tied to accidents or external damage, not design issues. Their simplicity means there's very little to fail under normal use, which removes one of the biggest reliability fears surrounding hybrids. Once the transmission is out of the way, the next concern people usually have is what they see when they open the hood. At first glance, the engine bay of a hybrid looks intimidating. There are orange cables, extra components, and it feels like there's far more going on than in a regular gasoline car. But in reality, the hybrid system is less complicated than what's happening inside a modern 8-speed automatic transmission. That's the part most people don't expect. What you're really looking at is the inverter and converter assembly. This single unit manages how power flows between the hybrid battery, the electric motors, and the gasoline engine. One motor can start the engine, one can drive the vehicle, and both can generate electricity. The inverter switches power back and forth, charges the battery, runs high-voltage components like the electric air conditioning compressor, and keeps everything balanced. Even though there are high-voltage cables involved, the entire system is compact, well-contained, and shared across many Toyota models. Over the years, these systems have become smaller, more refined, and far more reliable. Since the third generation of Toyota hybrid systems, chronic inverter failures have largely disappeared. You may still see the occasional production-related issue, but widespread design problems are no longer the norm. Another big concern people bring up is maintenance. The assumption is that hybrids automatically mean more things to service and more things that can go wrong. The reality is a bit more balanced than that. Yes, hybrids do have some additional maintenance items, but they also eliminate several major ones. For example, hybrids have a separate cooling system for the inverter, and that system does need periodic servicing. Beyond that, there's very little extra involved. Many hybrid batteries are air-cooled, which means they use a simple filter to keep dust and debris out of the cooling system. That filter is inexpensive, easy to access, and simple enough for most owners to clean or replace themselves. On the flip side, hybrids remove some of the most failure-prone components found in traditional gasoline vehicles. There's no starter and no alternator. Brake wear is dramatically reduced because regenerative braking does most of the work. Fuel economy is consistently better. and overall reliability has reached a point where everything simply works as intended. Once people get past the idea that hybrids are fragile or overly complex, it becomes clear that the maintenance picture is not only manageable, but in many cases better than what you get with a non-hybrid Toyota. The biggest fear people have when buying a hybrid is the battery. That's always the number one concern, especially for buyers in 2025 and 2026. How long will it last? What happens when it fails? And how expensive is it going to be? Hybrid batteries have come a long way, and so has awareness about how to take care of them. Warranty coverage has been extended significantly, and manufacturers don't do that unless they're confident the batteries will last well beyond the warranty period. Failure rates over the last decade have dropped sharply, and prices have come down as well. As supply has increased and designs have improved, batteries have become simpler, more compact, and cheaper to replace. Labor time has dropped dramatically too. What once required major disassembly on older models can now be done quickly and efficiently on newer ones. Modern Toyota hybrids are designed with serviceability in mind, and that's a big reason why the fear around hybrid batteries no longer matches reality. There are also a few important habits that play a huge role in how long a hybrid battery lasts, and most of them are simple. Letting a hybrid sit unused for months at a time without starting or driving it is hard on any battery, including the high-voltage one. Just like a regular 12-volt battery, neglect will shorten its life. Another critical factor is the hybrid battery cooling system. Modern Toyota hybrid batteries are air-cooled using air from the cabin, which means they rely on clean airflow to stay at a safe temperature. For the past decade, Toyota has been installing filters on these systems, and keeping that filter clean is essential. If the filter gets clogged with dust, lint, or debris, the battery can overheat. The car won't shut itself off when this happens, because that would be dangerous while driving. Instead, the cooling fan runs constantly, struggling to keep temperatures down. Over time, that heat significantly shortens battery life. The good news is that these filters are cheap, easy to access, and simple to clean or replace. Knowing where that filter is and checking it regularly can dramatically extend battery life. Because of improvements like this, it's now common to see 10-year-old Toyota hybrids with over 200,000 miles that still drive and feel like they're barely broken in. When you look at the full picture, it's easier to see why Toyota is leaning so heavily into hybrids. In recent years, more reliability issues have been showing up in non-hybrid models than in hybrids. Turbocharged engines haven't fully revealed their long-term weaknesses yet, but with extended oil change intervals, concerns are starting to grow. 8-speed automatic transmissions are also becoming a problem again. Issues that appeared around 2017 and 2018 were thought to be resolved, but many are now resurfacing, with long wait times for replacement transmissions across multiple models, including Highlanders and Camrys. Hybrids, by contrast, aren't showing those same patterns. Toyota's hybrid technology appears fully dialed in. The engines remain naturally aspirated, turbos are avoided, and proven components are shared across multiple models. The 5th-generation hybrid system was introduced quietly without widespread issues, which is exactly what you want. Outside of isolated production-related recalls, the core design has held up well. That consistency explains Toyota's copy-and-paste approach with hybrids. They've found what works, and they're sticking with it. For buyers worried about Toyota going all hybrid, the concern usually comes down to complexity and driving feel. Hybrids aren't meant to be exciting. They're not especially fast, and engine drone isn't something enthusiasts enjoy. But avoiding them because they're too complicated no longer reflects reality. Independent shops and technicians are now very familiar with hybrids, and servicing them is no longer a mystery. Some people say they buy hybrids for environmental reasons, but the real advantage is fuel efficiency. Modern gasoline cars already meet strict emission standards, yet they've become more complex and prone to issues. Toyota hybrids, by contrast, have reached a point where they're simply more reliable. Electric vehicles require a major lifestyle change that many people aren't ready for, while hybrids don't. That's why they work, and why Toyota is pushing them. In 2026, Toyota's reliability advantage clearly sits with hybrids, which is why going all hybrid isn't a mistake.